seen that students don't know what career paths they need to take. So what is your take on this situation and how should kids navigate through such?
आप गहराई को नहीं समझोगे जब तक आप कूदोगे नहीं.
So do you think an MBA is useful? What courses would you suggest to students? What advice would you like to give the students who are currently?
Where we turn insights into opportunities. So for our very first video we have with us Mr. Mondal, who has an experience of more than a decade in the field of finance and accounting. So without wasting any more time, let's start.
Hello sir, we are really pleased to have you with us today. Before we go ahead, I'd like you to give us a brief about your journey.
Journey about my MBA or journey about my overall journey. So I was very keen on studying and knowledge, education, knowledge and books are like something which is my favorite. I started my career doing BAF of 3 years. During that BAF 3 years, somewhere I was a little bit inclined towards CA. So I got into my CA, my friends were doing CA. Then after BAF, I was known for my multitasking and very gradually I got the best student award in the college, best event manager all over Mumbai. So I was more inclined towards multitasking. So someone told me let's do an MBA also. So my CA, plus a CS, plus an MBA. It took me approximately 3 years and I reached all the finals. But then I started on with our coaching classes. And that coaching classes inclined me towards so badly towards education that I wanted to be a professor. And moreover, no one gives an educationalist a job in the after MBA. Like you don't get placements in an education institute. So I opted out and I went for a college and I started teaching in the college. And since then till here, I've been into a hedge fund industry. I've been into various colleges. Till now, I did 8 colleges. I've been teaching.
It's a lot of diversification.
Yeah.
So, sir, so mostly it is seen that students don't know what career paths they need to take. So they are very unsure once they are graduated what I should go ahead and do. So what is your take on this situation and how should kids navigate through such situations?
For career path, I always tell students to decide one thing. The career which they want to take or they want to dive into deep, it's a big ocean. You cannot study the entire ocean. You have to select something on there. Now, as I know, someone asked me from finance, what should I do in finance? I'm like, sorry, this is a question which no one can answer in this entire universe. Because there are so many different kinds of domains wherein you can excel into. It's your choice, your personal experience, how do you want to. And simple, आप गहराई को नहीं समझोगे जब तक आप कूदोगे नहीं. I always say to people, तो कूद कर देखो, देखो कैसा है. Always see to it what do you want to become after 5 years. Let's assume I want to become a CEO or a CFO of a company. Oh, there, this company is my target company. This is my dream company. So I'll come one step down. Okay, for that I need to do 5 years of working here. The next step, for that 5 years I need to work somewhere this level. For that thing I need to have this education qualification. For that thing I have to do this thing. And here my journey starts. So reverse mapping would be a best way to go for a career.
Set a goal
and then think what you got to do and how do you reach that. And then okay, now I'm here, now I have to go there.
So, do you think an MBA is useful? And while doing an MBA, what skills should kids focus on?
So, MBA is very useful. There's always a bifurcation. A bachelor's degree, a management degree, a master's degree and a professional degree. Bachelor's degree is very common to everyone. There has to be a master's degree, management degree and a professional degree. If you really want to have a very full-fledged academic power, go for all the 4 degrees. In that, master degree is important, management is important, and management degree can only be achieved with an MBA. In maximum of the MNCs, there is a requirement that you need to be a manager. For that, the prerequisite is an MBA. And if you are not an MBA, then but obviously you will not lead to a managerial level because you do not know how to manage a team. And they teach you. Even I know they don't teach, but then still, okay. Then that MBA is a prerequisite. So that is why the part-time came into existence, because people who did not reach up, they did not want to leave their job, and that is why they did part-time. Yeah, because they don't want to leave their job also, and they want to have the managerial position also. So MBA बाद में part-time करने से बेहतर है अभी आप MBA कर लो, so that it is a full-time degree. You learn, and skills what you're talking about, MBA does not teach you education or knowledge that much. They don't teach you.
Very practical.
But they don't want to teach you academics also. You go to any particular college. If you go for IM also, they don't teach you academics. They don't teach you academics. They want to teach you practical learning. How do you work in team? How do you actually communicate your stuff? How good are you with your presentations? How good are you actually? How do you throw your knowledge to the opposite person that look, this is the way, or how do you? Why they focus on case studies more? Because they want you to understand कि कैसे case studies solve करेंगे from your perspective. So that is some technical thing which MBA should possess.
More practical.
More practical at any point. You have to be street smart.
Your personality.
You have to be street smart. You have to be that personality because you only tell me if you have two people who is shabby, who is not shaved, not good ironed clothes, and there's one person who's looking very smart like Hrithik Roshan, you'll always go for Hrithik Roshan on the same case. You won't like that person.
So, sir, following the other question. So, talking about finance, we all know it's a widespread area. So, could you brief us about like a few topics in finance?
So, finance is yes a broad topic, but then maximum of the people get confused between accounts and finance. Now, don't ever go across that accounts is finance. Accounts is just a part of finance. Accounts is just a part of finance. Maths is just a part of finance. Finance is a very big term. When you're talking about finance, economics is a part of it. Research is a part of it. There are various research which comes across, equity research, debt research, valuations come into picture. So accounts, quants, all these things help you to achieve the final goal of finance, but they are not finance. Finance is a very broader term. In finance, if people ask me at the current trends, yes, equity research is good, valuation is good. When you go valuation, people want to get into investment banking. Yes, investment banking requires knowledge about what are private equities, how do you value a firm, how do you actually analyze a company. That all things are really important. Yeah.
Based on the current market trends, what skills should a student try to learn in order to be market relevant?
Market requires very few things. They don't require any big knowledge because every company has its own working in a very different manner. And the moment you get into you, they give you a 15-day, 30-day orientation training and everything. So they want you to be first Excel oriented because you go to every industry, they have an Excel to be maintained. They want you to understand Excel, and that too not just Excel, an advanced Excel, because they have created macros and everything. So you need to understand what is macros. Secondly is communication. The communication is more important because they can ask you to be on the front end, back end, anywhere. So if you're on the front end, you need to talk to the customers also. And if you are being the face of the company, they want you to be communicated. Your communication skills will be strong. And the last is presentations. Now when people come across and present, at times I also feel bad कि क्या presentation चल रहा है. That presentation skill is really important because you are representing your own company. You should be very much work oriented and everyone counts. I always tell my students, tell me if you are an entrepreneur and you are owning a car, you are having your own company. What would you like? An ALSI employee? Or you would like a dedicated employee? Why? So, but obviously your company is also expecting a dedicated employee. But that's it. If you understand that part, more than enough. Because they want someone to be that brilliant with work plus dedicated. They don't want any shabby person like who is doing nonsense, just fighting for no reason, not a team player. They want someone to be a team player. They want to grow together. A company wants that thing only, na? So if you can understand their perspective, definitely you're the one.
So it is said that usually people who are not great at socializing should take up finance because it's a back-end job. So what do you think about this?
Somewhere true. Yeah, because what happens, I tell you, I've been into very different fields. When I was in CA, the CA people were not socialized people. They are like into tally, they are into Excel, they are tax, income tax computation and all those things. They don't like socializing people. So they used to have a lot of problem while doing marketing and HR work. Now what happens? A CA cannot market its own thing. ठीक है. If he wants in HR also, he is not able to communicate with people कि मेरे को क्या चाहिए. He cannot even write a job description because पता है कि इसके बहुत बाहर का चीज वो करवाने वाला है. He is not able to idealize things. That is why this is the biggest drawback of a finance guy, because it has been a trend since the old days that a finance person will be doing finance from the back end only. But today world does not need that. They want you to be the front end and they want you to be the face of the company also. So now the world is changing and they require people to be that communicative and that socializing also, so that you can make networks, you can make build connections and everything. So the finance world also demands that.
There's a change.
There's a change. There's a very broad change. But in old days, yeah, the finance people, the munshi is behind the bars only.
What courses would you suggest to students who are currently pursuing MBA?
Courses, so like you can, like even finance, I have always this particular distinguish made between HR, marketing, operations, because in HR, marketing, operations, there are not that many courses available. Yeah, when it comes to HR also, HR तो अभी they go with business partners or talent acquisition. Operations में तो ज़्यादा courses इतने, मतलब ऐसे नहीं है कि हाँ well-known courses कुछ चल रहे हैं. But then when it comes to finance, every other order, okay, every other order, Tom, Dick and Harry is having their finance courses ready, but every finance course is not.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of variety.
Lot of variety, lot of rise up.
It becomes very difficult for
different.
students.
Yes. Like if you ask me marketing, हमने Google Analytics किया, Google Marketing वाला किया, तो we are sorted with it. But then उसी तरह से finance को पूछेगा, NISM क्या, NISM 5 क्या, 8 क्या, 12 क्या, ये क्या, वो क्या, इतने ज़्यादा नंबर है मेरे को खुद को याद नहीं है आधे से ज़्यादा चीज़ें. तो NISM क्या, बस उतना पता है. फिर कौन सा नंबर क्या वो पता नहीं. You need to be very specific in nature. You're very specific. If you are aiming, like let's assume I am a person who is getting into fixed income, so I'll do an Excel course, I'll do a fixed income related course, I'll do something which is related to bonds and debentures. Why? Because I'm creating my own resume and a portfolio wherein everything related to fixed income is to be shown. If you diversify, if you do many things, then it's a problem.
So basically, you'll have to choose the area of
Choose the area of
and
interest and then work across. Then take skills and certification according to that domain.
But again, there is a wide variety available.
Then take anything.
How are you supposed to like filter out?
Now, for example, in NISM, there is, if you want to get into hedge funds, there is derivative. Now, there is one currency derivative, commodity derivative, equity derivative, normal derivative. There are 4 derivative courses in NISM only. So now I say, you need to bundle out things. अब मुझे पता है कि ये सारे derivatives हैं and it will be helping in my hedge fund. So I'll do all the 4 courses. I'm not doing any other course. Maybe research tomorrow, but I'll do all the 4 courses. So you need to bundle out things कि इतना तो मेरे को करके निकलना है.
But it is a necessary.
Yes, it is a necessary. And somewhere people also want. Why do people do this certifications? Because people do not have anything to show in their resume. Come on, at least कुछ तो देखोगे. कुछ तो मैंने किया है. Like just imagine, my resume. I don't have my 10th score. I don't have my 12th score. I don't have my TY score also. Because but obvious है, मैंने MBA क्लियर किया तो मेरा TY हो गया. तो मुझे दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है? Because I'm an MBA, MA Economics, MCOM हो गया, CACS, lot of many things. So I don't need to show that thing. जिसके पास दिखाने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, as a fresher, you need to show something ना. And if you want to show something, show certification. Simple logic. You cannot have anything. After a point of time, when you are 15 years of work ex, you will also not show. Do you think after 15 years of work ex, you will be showing NISM certificates? I like, वो like क्यों किया था? जरूरत भी नहीं थी तेरे इस NISM की certificate. Simple as that. Nothing.
And sir, which field, which branch in finance you think will be a big deal in future?
See, people ask me regularly this question like, sir, what are we going to AI? AI is
Currently that's the top of the town.
Top of the town. AI. But AI will do everything, but not that human touch. So to manage that AI and to how to actually create those things, like AI पहले भी था. In Excel there is a macros where you actually code it and then same job gets repeated again and again. What is AI? You have to actually feed in something. Yeah. Until unless you prompt, he'll not give you something. Yeah. तो prompt के लिए तो किसी को रहना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? So that is the thing. You need to understand how the back end works. People ask me, sir, we are studying dividend policies, sir, we are studying cash, this thing, we are studying capital structure, we are studying cost of capital. Sir, कहीं काम नहीं आने वाला, मैं कुछ सामने से बोल रहा हूँ. But when you are doing the back end, when you are understanding the back end of the process, क्योंकि हमारे पास सॉफ्टवेयर है, तो back end समझने के लिए आपको वो सब basics knowledge चाहिए. So AI is something very yes, but then how to use an AI or how to actually work with an AI is really important, very important.
And finally, sir, what advice would you like to give the students who are currently in this program?
Only finance or a general one?
General or finance, both. Let's go with both now.
Let's go with an overall MBA students. So first thing, if you're doing an MBA, if you're pursuing MBA, I feel extrovert and introvert. There are two sides, and half of the people know that MBAs are very more extrovert. They say extrovert, but then yes, the world needs extrovert people because the world wants you to socialize. The world wants you to be communicative. The world wants to that. More, yes, you have to be a little knowledgeable because only being communicative is not going to help. So grab more knowledge, have specific domain knowledge, choose one field, excel into that field. Third, be presentable and be dedicated and genuine. That is the only thing which a student should possess, because if you want a job, these four qualities also the corporate is looking for.
So thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you for giving us impressions.
Same here, same here.
Hope you had a good time.
Definitely. Take it. Thank you.
Hi, getting insights for this.
Thank you for watching our video.
Hope you gained valuable insights.
And if you like the content we share, like, share